Hey Virgo, let's see what's going on in your love life. This is a tarot love reading for Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and of course for any of you lovely cross watchers dealing with a Virgo romantically. Now I do like to remind you, Virgo, these are general readings. They may or may not resonate. That's totally okay. You are very welcome to take what works and leave the rest. So we're jumping right into it today. Let's see what could be coming toward Virgo in love. First message coming out today. We are starting with the Queen of Pentacles. This is actually your energy, Virgo, so it could just indicate you're feeling really confident, really good about your life right now. This could also indicate that you're with somebody or attracting a partner who kind of embodies these characteristics of the Queen of Pentacles. Don't worry about the gender, but this is the energy of somebody who's very solid, stable, reliable, consistent, shows up for you, supports you, has your back, all that good stuff. So that's a really positive first card. Let's see what else could be coming toward Virgo. Okay, that's amazing. Look at this. Six of Pentacles, which is also an amazing energy because this is a card of balance and reciprocity. It's ultimately a card of give and take here, Virgo. So this tells me that what you're attracting into your love life right now is a very stable and balanced romantic connection where they're super into you, you are super into them. It's very mutual. The attraction is there. And there's a sense of like this very stable, grounded energy. It's not chaotic. It's not this insane energy. It's like a sense of peace and comfort because you know that the two of you are building something on solid ground. Tell me more about what could be coming toward Virgo and then the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles is an interesting energy. It tends to indicate that something is off balance, which is kind of funny because the card right before it with the Six of Pentacles was about balance. So the message that's honestly coming to mind is figuring out how to merge two lives. That's what came to mind immediately, Virgo. So what I mean by that is that I'm getting this really, really solid energy here about you either being with someone or very soon connecting with someone where it honestly feels like it's the real deal. It's very stable, it's very reliable, it's very secure. The two of you know that this is going somewhere special. So what happens is when we find that person, at some point we get to the point where we have to merge our lives together and find a way to build that future. It takes some adjusting with that Two of Pentacles, right? So what I also see here is that as the two of you get more connected, as you start to move forward within your relationship, there's gonna have to be some adjustments, maybe some compromise. Now, I always say with compromise, like I think compromise is a normal part of a relationship. Do I think we should compromise on core values? No, of course not. But I think there's a lot of things where as we're building a life with somebody, it's about that give and take within the relationship, making space for each of us within the relationship. And that's kind of what I get there with that Two of Pentacles. It's like both you and this person kind of finding that balance and adjusting your lives to create that beautiful space for this connection here between the two of you to grow and flourish. Because it's honestly quite significant to me that all three of the cards that I pulled for the overall energy are Pentacles. That is your energy, Virgo, and it is the energy of stability and building something in a solid foundation. So I think the tarot is saying that there is the potential to really be building something solid between you and somebody at the moment, and it feels really good. So here's what we're gonna do for the rest of the reading. Let's look more at this person and let's look more at you. So we're going to look at their overall energy, what they could be feeling right now, what they could be doing. I'll look at the same thing for you, Virgo, and then we'll look at the potential outcome. So let's just kind of see where it goes. Tell me about this person who is here for Virgo, please. First card coming out is the Six of Swords. This is an energy of somebody who's probably going through some changes in their life. You know, maybe some big stuff has happened, maybe some stuff with their family, maybe they changed jobs recently, but it's definitely telling me that your person's been going through a bit of a transitional period. And that could also be why there's a need to bring things into balance, right? Maybe some things have been shifting and changing within their life that they need to deal with. Tell me more, please. The Five of Cups. Oh, interesting. So the Five of Cups is typically a card of disappointment and feeling let down. So it's kind of like your person is moving away from some sort of situation here that didn't work out the way that they expected. Very interesting. Tell me more about their energy, the Magician. This is kind of interesting, you guys. It's almost like your person, something didn't work out and now they have the chance to manifest what they truly desire. Take this if and how it connects, right? This could, for example, be related to their work. Maybe they recently found out that they did not get a job that they applied for, that they really, really thought they were going to get. And while it was disappointing at first, it's now creating space for them to do what they really want and to figure out, like, what do I really want to manifest? What does that want to look? What do I want that to look like, right? And so part of what I could see happening here, and we've talked about this before sometimes, Virgo, is that if your person is going through this transitional energy, that can also create a sense of things feeling a little bit off balance for them. So this might be a time for you to kind of support them as they're taking the next step forward in whatever this is, like I said, related to work, friends, family, whatever kind of scenario. So let's see what they could be feeling right now, please. The Six of Wands, okay. I mean, this is a card of victory and success. I often feel that this is a card that indicates someone like really respects us, really admires us, really looks up to us. I'll tell you what's coming to mind, Virgo. They look at you like an inspiration. Now, I do use the word inspiration sometimes, but it's not a common word that I use in my everyday language. But I'm really strongly getting the message here that, maybe they're going through, like I said, some sort of big change in their life. And they look at you and it feels like there's something about you, Virgo, that really inspires them, right? So maybe you give them some guidance or some wisdom. Maybe you've gone through something like this. Like I said, if it's related to work, maybe at one point you made a really big change in your career and you're able to give them support and they're like super inspired by what you do. Like I'm getting like inspirational type of energy there, which is really nice. Tell me more about what this person could be feeling. Page of Cups, yeah. I mean, they're definitely in love with you, Virgo. You could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They're opening up about their feelings. They're getting excited about the connection here. And emotionally, it feels really, really good. I often say to you, the Page of Cups to me can be like a heartfelt confession, right? Tell me more. I love when I get the Queen of Cups in somebody's feelings. So let's recap it, Virgo. Let's look at what the feelings are for your person, okay? Holding this up for you, take a peek. It's really good. These are 3 really nice cards within the tarot. So these are basically saying your person believes in you, Virgo. They believe in the relationship. Maybe they find you inspiring. They love you. They're opening up about their emotions, and the emotions are getting deeper and deeper and deeper in terms of how they're falling for you, because very quickly we went from the Page of Cups to the Queen of Cups. So that tells me like their feelings are just getting deeper and deeper and maybe even quicker than they expected. It's like they're falling really hard for you. Okay, so let's see what actions they could be taking right now. 8 of Pentacles, investing in you, investing in their relationship. What I want to say, Virgo, is I think that's really important because you know how I said we have the 2 of Pentacles, maybe things are a little bit off balance for your person. Even if your person has a lot on their plate right now, the 8 of Pentacles tells me, Virgo, that they're still making you feel like you're a priority. So even if they've got a lot of stuff going on, they're still taking the time to prioritize your connection so that you don't feel like you're left out, Tell me more about what actions they could be taking. The 10 of Wands, yeah. I mean, I literally just said they have a lot on their plate. They have a lot on their shoulders. That's what the 10 of Wands is. There is some sort of stress weighing on your person right now, some sort of responsibility. And so I think acknowledging that can be really good as well. Like if your person has a lot on their shoulders around this time, just be aware of that. They're dealing with some stuff, going through some stuff, whatever it is. And, we've talked about how, in my opinion, it's not our role to solve the problems for our person, but we can show up and be supportive. And maybe this is a good time to do that. Tell me more, please. And then the Knight of Swords, yeah. So the final card for your person's actions is them literally charging forward. We've got this air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and it's like, even though they've got a lot on their plate, so take a look at that, Virgo, maybe they're stressed, maybe they've got a lot of responsibility, a lot of changes, a lot of things that are shifting. It's not stopping them from moving the relationship forward. I actually really like this because I'm getting a person here who has an incredible level of self-awareness, right? So somebody who is like very self-aware in terms of what's going on, and they're able to like emotionally tune into you, Virgo, with that Queen of Cups. And I think they look at it and they're like, yeah, I have a lot going on. I just want to make sure that Virgo still feels emotionally taken care of in this situation. And so even though they've got a lot of responsibilities potentially right now, it's not stopping them from making it very clear to you that you are a priority, which is beautiful. Okay, so tell me about Virgo. I love that. Ace of Cups, This is just a lovely energy and a love reading. It's about opening up our heart, falling more in love with somebody. Great indicator of new love. So like I said, if you're single, this is kind of saying like you're ready for this love. You're open to receiving it. Tell me more, please. Seven of Cups. Okay. Seven of Cups is a interesting energy. It's often about like feeling confused. So there is something that's feeling a little bit unsettled. Maybe it is because your person is, they're busy and stressed out with other things, but maybe that's why they're reassuring you. So maybe they kind of pick up on the fact that you're feeling the Seven of Cups where you're like, I'm a little confused. Things feel a little bit off balance. And then they like swoop in and they bring clarity to that situation. Tell me more, please. Oh, Three of Swords. Okay. I'm going to tell you what I think is going on for you, Virgo. Okay, let's recap. We're dealing with somebody, first of all, who loves you very much. Okay. They're not going anywhere. But we are also seeing that they've got stress, they've got responsibilities, maybe some big changes that they're going through, and that probably distracts them at points. And so maybe you pick up on that energy. Maybe you're hyper attentive to that type of energy because something like this has happened before. So what's coming to mind is that maybe you've had an ex who pulled back and they were like, oh, I'm just super busy with work, or I'm super busy with this family stuff. But then they ended up breaking up with you. So it's like them pulling back was the start of them essentially breaking your heart. The point of telling you this, Virgo, is that what happens a lot of the times is we have the past. I'm like, how do I want to say this? We have our history, right? So if you've had a history where somebody pulled back and they blamed it on being busy at work and then they broke up with you, you now have that in your mind. You've had that experience. So if you come into a situation where you've now met someone who's also really busy, they're stressed out, they've got some things they're dealing with, your mind might immediately go to, well, this means they're going to break up with me because this is the experience I had in the past. But that's not necessarily true, right? Because this is a different person in a different scenario. So I think that there could be something about this situation that makes you feel a little bit triggered where you're like, I love them, but like if they're stressed out or busy or pulling back, does that mean they're going to break up with me? You might go into those feelings and you might have to work through them, because what I see from your person actually is that they love you and they're going to reassure you. And I really do think that the reason I saw that is because maybe it's them being emotionally attuned to you, picking up on the fact that you're feeling a little bit nervous, and then them doing everything that they can to reassure you. So you can see that's a different scenario, right, Virgo? Because I feel like if you did have a partner who broke up with you in the past, you probably didn't get the reassurance. You probably didn't get the empathy. You probably didn't get the care. But this situation is telling you that people are different, and it can be different with this person. It's like they're not running away. They're actually reassuring you and showing up for you and putting in the effort to make you feel like you're a priority. And so that old story you're telling yourself about it's not going to work out because, somebody dumped me before using this excuse, you get to rewrite that narrative and be like, this person is actually showing me that even when life gets busy, they're still going to choose me and they're still going to make me a priority. So let's see what you could be feeling. Okay. King of Cups, we're definitely going to take that. I mean, your person had the Queen of Cups in their feelings. You have the King of Cups in your feelings, Virgo. You guys are obviously head over heels in love with each other, okay? What else could Virgo be feeling, please? Three of Cups. There could be something you guys are celebrating around this time. I also feel like if you're feeling a little bit nervous, talk to your friends, lean on your support system. I get the sense that your friends are very supportive of this connection. So if you're, getting up in your head a little bit and you're like, is this similar to what my ex did to me? If you talk to your friends, they're probably going to be like, nope, this person is totally different than your ex, and listen to them. Like when they're reassuring you and showing up and having that empathy, let them in, right? Let them reassure you. Let them be there for you. What else could you be feeling? What is this? The card is jumping out. Queen of Swords. Yeah. You know what this is? It's emotional clarity because it's showing up in your feelings. And the Queen of Swords is very clear energy. So what I think is happening is that there could be a moment where you feel a little bit anxious because you're like, I hope they really do love me. And then they're going to reassure you, and you're going to feel good. And you're going to be like, okay, I actually know how they feel. This person, to me with the Queen of Swords, it's like they're doing a good job, Virgo, of showing you how they feel so that you have the clarity to be able to, sleep at night and not have that anxiety and to know that they're really here for you. Yeah, I think that there's something really nice about this person. Like, I'm getting a lot of energy of a very like empathetic person. So if you get anxious or if you get a little confused, you feel a little bit off, I think they're attuned to you, Virgo. And like I said, I don't think you've necessarily experienced this with past relationships. So it's going to feel different, but like in the best way, because this person is showing you that they care enough to be attentive to your needs and to reassure you if you have moments where you feel anxious. And that, I think, is going to feel amazing. So what actions could you be taking? Seven of Wands, okay? I kind of feel like this is you bringing down those walls, you know? I kind of wonder if you get a little bit anxious and then you have a tendency to shut down. Don't do that with this person. I feel like that's the advice, right? Tell me more about what actions you're taking. Two of Wands. Think about the future. Think about what the two of you are ultimately building here together, Virgo. What other actions are you taking? The Emperor. Be confident in the connection, okay? So at the end of the day here, what I see is a scenario where there's a tremendous amount of love between you and this person. They've potentially got some stuff in their life they're sorting out. You might have moments where you feel a little bit anxious and wondering, are they busy or do they not want to be with me? Sometimes we get a little bit anxious, but I feel like your person is attuned to you emotionally and will do things to reassure you at this point in time that they really do love you, okay? So moment of truth, let's see what the potential outcome is here. Look at that, you guys, okay? I hope you made it till the end of the video, Virgo, because the outcome here is the Ten of Cups, which is the happily ever after card, okay? So what is the outcome? Happily ever after, because you guys have this amazing, solid, stable connection. The overall energy was beautiful. Like I said, it really stuck out to me, Virgo, that we had all those Pentacles energy, because I'm like, it's solid. What you guys are building is a stable connection, and where you're headed is the Ten of Cups, which is the happily ever after. So yeah, I mean, maybe you have a moment where you feel a little anxious, and maybe they come in and reassure you and show you this beautiful love and empathy. And then the two of you move forward and you keep building this beautiful relationship. So the outcome is really good. I love that you had the King of Cups in your feelings. They had the Queen of Cups. Obviously, you guys are in love or falling in love. And I think there's a really stable energy surrounding the connection. So lean into that. Love this person. Let them reassure them. Let them be there for you. Do the same for them and just watch this blossom into something really, really beautiful. Okay? So that's what I see for you today, Virgo. If you enjoyed this reading, you know what to do. Give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And of course, I wish you love and happiness always, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.